So we're here at the Point Blank Secret Christmas Party. We're here with Delahunty, who's performing tonight alongside Daly, The Thirst and High Heels and Low Lifes. So first of all, on home turf, right? You're a London boy?
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to the show?
Can't wait. I've had this one in the diary for a little while, and yeah, looking forward to it. There's a eclectic sort of a mix of acts.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different lineup actually.
Yeah, it is. I mean, The Thirst, they're from around my neck of the woods, so,
okay.
yeah, it's nice to have some more talent from the south.
Yeah,
which is a good thing always.
So first thing I wanted to ask is, obviously in your music there's quite a lot of different influences, you know, hearing everything from hip hop, dubstep, gypsy stuff as well. What kind of inspires you in your music?
Well, it's mad. I mean, I'm very much a product of my inspiration really, and it's sort of I grew up listening to all different sorts of stuff, and then hip hop was like just a constant forever. I mean, that was something that had always been there. But then I had a love for everything from sort of acoustic music to swing, jazz, metal, anything, you know. So I just sort of took the elements that I loved about each of the things that I love, and stopped trying to be something I'm not, and just went right, just do what you know, like, and then it came out like that. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So the other thing I wanted to try and get a bit of an insight into is your creative process. You know, how you go about writing. Give us any sort of.
Well, I mean, when it comes to writing, it's inspiration can strike at any time. But I'm not one of them people who has a eureka moment and then suddenly, like, you know, it's I'll normally have something in the pipeline, whether it's literally even a line, a few chords, and then I'll go to the studio and then I'll sort of work on it more. And then I always like to have an objective here, because you know, when you wrap yourself up in your own thing too long, you become your own worst enemy or your own best friend. You know, like you get loads of bad habits, and so yeah, I try and I bounce off my producer.
Okay.
And then we sort of just pull the tracks together like that, and they seem to just naturally have a common thread, which was nice. I mean, it wasn't deliberate, but like I say, you know, when it comes to this sort of just being a product of your influence, you sort of just it's all going to eventually sort of come together.
Yeah. And producer-wise, you work with like one person or?
Predominantly, yeah. I mean, I'm always open to collaboration and working with other people, but you know, I'm a very firm believer in, you know, too many cooks are in the broth.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it's,
I guess you gel with someone as well.
Yeah, you know, and until there starts to be a bit of a brick wall between us, I mean, I don't see, you know, if that creative spark's still there. Don't get me wrong, if I worked with someone else, I'd probably go back to my main producer, so we then had the final say on it, so it had our stamp, as opposed to sort of, you know, a complete overhaul by someone else.
Okay, cool. And collaboration-wise, have you worked with anyone in the past or anything lined up for the future?
Well, yeah, I've got something lined up for the future. At the minute, I can't say too much, but yeah, he's a bit of a YouTube sensation.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't give away too much. He's a poet and a rapper, and yeah, he's become sort of huge, like internet-wise. So yeah, and I've got a lot of respect for him. But other than that, I mean, there's always collaborations that I'd love to sort of venture as time goes on. I mean, Maverick Sabre, he's someone that I've known him for a little while, and also someone that I'd like to work with. He's got a very distinct voice. He's an Irish boy like me, so you know, it'd be cool to work with him, yeah, for sure.
And like, you know, bearing in mind talking about guys with a YouTube sensation, how do you personally like discover new music? How do you find stuff?
With new music, I tend to find that the music I like breeds the music that I'm gonna like. You know, like, I'll listen to something, and then even if it's, you know, it's suggested in the same sort of album or something, if it's a, you know, a compilation or something, I'll listen to that and go, oh, what's that? And find stuff like that. I tend to
organic. Sort of,
yeah. I'm a bit of an old soul in the respect that, like, I'll walk around sort of, you know, vintage jazz sections and record stores and stuff, and then go home, stick it on the gramophone, and give it a whirl, man. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just to wrap things up, really. Other thing I was going to ask is, in terms of, you know, you're relatively kind of new on the scene, breaking through, you know, quite a big way this year. Is there any, you know, specific advice or tips you've got for someone, you know, in a similar position who's trying to break it and trying to make their name?
Love what you do, and you know, that comes before anything. You can't set out with anything other than passion. I mean, that's what you have, and that's what you should always have. But especially, I wouldn't ever say to someone, don't compromise at all, because compromise needs to be met. But stand your ground but do what you believe in. Do what you feel. When you get that feeling that says, right, this is right. There's a reason you're getting that feeling. Go with your gut, and yeah, just be a pro, like just, you know, be nice to everyone, you know, treat everyone with the same respect, and never shun anyone for, you know, for any other reason. You know, just you should always just be cool with everyone and do your thing. Yeah, cool.
And yeah, finally, anything kind of planned for 2012? Give us a bit of a look at what you've got coming up.
Well, like I say, I mean, my single Never Happen Again. That's out on the 12th this month. So yeah, that's just a sort of raise profile and stuff like that, and you know, get the, you know, so people can get the feelers out and stuff. And then beginning of 2012, got a few shows lined up, and yeah, and then it's looking into the second single.
Nice one, cool man. Thanks for coming down, and we look forward to the show, man.
See you, man. Cool. Cheers.